A big sigh of relief from Gonzaga as they escape, almost losing as a 1 seed, but they don't lose. They defeat Southern. Now they get to face Wichita State. Welcome into the Sporting News Studios. I'm Tom Vandervoort. We are breaking down each and every single game of the NCAA tournament. Thanks to UPS and the UPS Team Performance Index. Joining me now on the phone from Lexington, Mike DeCourcy. And Mike, I got to ask you, what's the mentality for Gonzaga after they do escape the game against Southern? Now they get to face Wichita State here.
What worries me is that they played with the #1 seed hanging around their neck against Southern. It's not the way you do that. You play with the #1 seed and you club the other team with it. That's what you're supposed to do. And I don't think the pressure from being a 1 seed goes away now that you're playing the 8-9 game. If Gonzaga had it in the 16 game, why wouldn't they have it against the 8? Maybe it would go away once you were in the Sweet 16. But if you felt pressure in round 1, there's no reason why you wouldn't in round 2. And that worries me about Gonzaga. This is a game in which they're much more skilled offensively. They should, although certainly Wichita State plays great defense, they should be able to score enough points to win if you remove the emotion of the circumstance from it. But we can't remove that. That's why it's the tournament. And I think that Gonzaga's got some trouble ahead of them right now.
Yeah, it would certainly appear so. If you look down at the UPS Team Performance Index, they've got great numbers across the board and the highest index of any team in the country. And they did make some plays in that game. They did make some shots, but overall, it just didn't come together for them. Was there a particular piece that was missing for them today? It
was confidence. There was the belief that they carried through the West Coast Conference season, through the West Coast Conference tournament. Certainly when they defeated St. Mary's as if they were playing a junior varsity team in the West Coast Conference final, if they come with an effort like that today, they'd probably win by 35. But they didn't do that. They played with almost no confidence until the great step-back three by Kevin Pangos with a minute and change left. That was an immense play. It was a gutty play. Perhaps it was a declaration by Gonzaga that they do believe, but they have to follow that up with a better effort in the Wichita State game. Wichita State's going to guard them hard. They're going to make it tough. They're going to make it ugly. Certainly Gonzaga has the physicality to deal with that if they choose to. You're talking about a team with a 7-foot center in Kelly Olynyk, Elias Harris, a big-time power forward, then 2 guys off the bench with great physical strength, Prez Karnowski, as well as Sam Dower. So they should be able to handle a physical defensive team like Wichita. They've got way more weapons. But it's not going to matter if they go in there afraid to lose. They have to be excited to win.
Absolutely. And, you know, Wichita State, it was interesting to watch them. They handled Pitt fairly well today. Who is the big player for them that Gonzaga is going to have to deal with?
Well, I think Cleanthony Early is a player that they have to worry about. A very rugged player, does a great job. I think that's a situation that certainly Gonzaga is going to have to guard well. But it's a team that is very balanced and will take what you give it. They execute well. They are not a dynamic offensive team, but they did a great job against Pitt, which typically plays quite capable defense. So maybe they're finding their stride a little bit, or maybe it was just a one-game deal. But I think that Gonzaga has to play close to one of its better games, close to its best, in order to advance into the Sweet 16.
All right, well, that's certainly going to have to be a little bit better than they showed today. Thanks so much, Mike. We'll catch up with you later.
You bet.